Okay, welcome. My name is Asher Latta. Welcome to the latest Lunch and Learn video, and today's title is Who Do You Listen To? Great story this. A few years ago, I was delivering one of my two-day ethical sales and communication courses in London. And on the particular program, we had a dental technician. This was a guy who was based in the Midlands. He owned his own laboratory and came on my course because he wanted to meet better, higher standard of dentists, wanted to do more private work and connect and build those relationships with them. Now, during the program, he put his hand up and asked me a question. And here's was his question. The question was that 2 days before, and he received an inquiry from a dental practice in London asking him for a price list, and that's what he sent. And the question he asked me was, do you think I did the right thing by sending the price list? And I said, that's probably one of the worst things you can possibly do, because the only thing the patient can, the dental practice can judge you on is price. What am I paying now to what he's paying with you? And the bottom line is, I said to this laboratory, why don't you go down and see him and meet him and find out what his problems are? Because it might not just be based on price. He may have a problem with his existing supplier. My client turned around and said, well, he was based in the Midlands and the practice was based in London. It's, a full day out. And I said, well, that would be a great use of your time. Go and visit him. And, why don't you go and visit him? Anyway, we're going back and forth. And eventually the real reason came out. And he turned around and said, I'm not very good in sales. And I turned around to him and said, well, who told you that? And he said, my brother-in-law. And I said, well, what does your brother-in-law do for a living? He said, he works for a gas company. He services boilers. Now, I love the technicians that come round to my house and service my boilers, because if my boiler doesn't work, particularly in the winter, then my life ain't worth living. But would you take advice from him? And that's exactly what this dental laboratory owner was doing, was listening to somebody who probably wasn't qualified to give him business advice. And I often find that that's the case with some dentists. You may have a patient who comes in twice a year, who, when you quote him the fee, and in jest turns round and says, am I paying for your holiday or am I paying for your car? And all of a sudden you're taking that jest from him, and all of a sudden you're thinking that every single person every single patient that comes to see you is concerned about price. And then I've heard dentists who start reducing their fees in their head just because of one or two people. So the big lesson I'd like you to take away from today is be very careful who you listen to. Make sure you're taking your business advice from the people who are qualified. That laboratory owner was taking advice from someone who wasn't qualified, and that was deterring and stopping from him growing his business. I hope this video has been useful. Thanks for watching.